I think the Jack Miller Center is one of the most innovative things to happen in higher education in a long time.
The Jack Miller Center has given us a great opportunity to deepen the educational experience of our students.
There is no other institute, no other organization that does what the Jack Miller Center does.
The way we as a people understand our freedoms and free institutions is often decisively shaped by what is taught in our colleges and universities. Too few professors teach and too few students learn the founding principles and ideas that are the greatest source of our national strength and purpose.
The whole idea of free government, of democratic government, is that the people rule themselves, self-government. And without a citizenry that can understand what their rights are and their responsibilities, then without that, there can be no self-government, there can be no liberty.
I'd say this, that the United States is a country which is founded not on the fact that we're one ethnic group, one religious group. It's founded on the fact that we share a certain set of ideas. If we lose those set of ideas, we really lose the core of what the United States is all about.
It's terribly important, therefore, that we make the effort now to ensure that those college professors who are committed to communicating that knowledge to the future generations, that they get the support they need to do that job.
The Jack Miller Center provides programs and resources that are needed to support and increase the number of college professors in the humanities and social sciences who teach these principles and who inspire and cultivate an atmosphere of civil discussion. It also supports efforts by university and college professors to improve education at the high school level. Jack Miller is the founder of the Jack Miller Center for Teaching America's Founding Principles and History. Mr. Miller is the founder and former chief executive officer of the Quill Corporation, which he sold to the office supply store giant Staples in 1998. He began funding the Jack Miller Center in 2003.
I'm often asked how I got interested in the founding principles in American history, and I usually give two answers. The first answer is that I really got tired of talking about politics and arguing about politics and about the direction in which our country is going, away from self-reliance, independence, personal responsibility, and most importantly, I think, away from freedom. And this was very troublesome to me. The second answer that I give is that, as I think about it, the best thing that I can leave my grandchildren is the kind of country I grew up in. A country where if you work hard, if you focus, you can achieve to the best of your ability. And that's why I became interested in this.
The Jack Miller Center is focused on undergraduate education on American colleges and university campuses. Our goals are that every student will have access to quality education in who we are as a people, American ideas, American institutions. We hope that by working with college professors that we will have an influence on the education of millions of students over the coming decades.
The Jack Miller Center is really based on three concepts, three pillars. The first one is that we want to teach young professors. We do that in summer institutes, 2-week summer institutes. And then we want to help them find jobs. We want to help them get published. We want them then to learn how to get tenure on sometimes unfriendly campuses and to become a part of the mainstream in the education system on our campuses.
Good courses on the American founding, good courses on the founding principles of the United States, the traditions of Western civilization require good teachers. That's why it's absolutely essential that we support these promising young scholars at every point in their professional career, including assisting them in getting tenure.
The second pillar deals with setting up centers on college campuses. It's important that we get these centers going. They could be mostly for credit centers. Some can be not for credit centers. But we want to establish those on campuses across the country, and we do have over 20 of them established already. The third pillar that we have is our public relations pillar. We want to let the rest of the country know what we're doing, let everybody know what's happening, what we're doing, how we're doing it, and hopefully get their support in the way of additional donations or in any other way.
I would say that the Miller Center, in our relationship thus far, has been extremely supportive of our efforts to bring programming to our students without telling us what point of view or what political stance to take.
Before I taught at the Summer Institute last year in Boulder, I expected the group that I met to be pretty much all on the right politically. But when I led a seminar there, I discovered that in fact it was a very intellectually diverse group of students. It was a nonpartisan group. They came from different ends of the spectrum. And the discussion that ensued was as lively and as spirited and as intellectually variegated as anything I've seen in academia.
The key to our faculty development programs is our flagship Summer Institute program. The Summer Institutes really are a remarkable experience. It allows some of the most promising young scholars in the country to attend seminars that are led by some of our nation's leading scholars. Our participants find the program to be enormously valuable, not only because the programs allow them to overcome a sense of isolation that they often experience on their own campuses, but because they really get an opportunity to discuss the ideas they always cared about, the very ideas and issues that initially drew them into graduate school in the first place.
I was awestruck by the quality of the personnel who were coming in. These were people whose works I had read and respected, and the opportunity to have them on campus for an extended period of time working with our faculty was a wonderful thing to watch. And I would think that any university would be absolutely grateful to have such an opportunity.
The Center Building Initiative is an effort to develop sort of institutions within institutions on the college campus, and those centers vary from campus to campus in their own programming. These centers perform a number of vital functions. They offer courses on American founding principles to students. They have lectures, public speakers, conferences, faculty seminars, student seminars, all of which are geared toward the reviving and study of American history and founding principles. These centers are also eligible to participate in the Miller Center's National Postdoctoral Fellowship Initiative.
We organized this program at the University of Texas, which we're calling the Program in Western Civilization and American Institutions, over the last 4 years. Just 2 years ago, we got something that's called a concentration created, which is an interdisciplinary minor in effect. And then just last year, we got a field of study approved. So we're beginning to develop a sequence of courses that will take students from the ancient world, ancient Greeks and Romans and the Bible, right up through the American founding and the American Civil War and Lincoln. It will trace those great ideas of justice and freedom and science and rational thought that form the spine, you might say, of a great conversation that's spanned these millennia.
The Jack Miller Center provides a wide variety of resources, including startup funding, to our faculty partners to establish academic centers of excellence dedicated to strengthening the teaching of America's founding principles and history on college campuses across the country. Through lectures, conferences, workshops, graduate student and postdoctoral fellowships, sponsorship of visiting professors, publishing, and archival projects, thousands of college students now have the opportunity to significantly expand their knowledge and gain valuable insight into the American experience. This growing national network of academic centers is a critical component of the programs offered by the Jack Miller Center.
Our postdoctoral fellowship initiative is an immensely valuable addition to the Miller Center's armamentarium of programming. The postdocs are great for any number of reasons. I mean, first and foremost, they give a young, bright scholar his or her first job. They provide them with teaching experience. They are mentored by some of our nation's leading scholars, because of course the postdoc is set up in partnership with one of our faculty partners on a particular campus. And the postdoc also allows the young scholar to turn his or her dissertation into a publishable manuscript. In effect, they are a great tool for burnishing that young scholar's credentials as they venture onto the job market.
I want to say thank you to the Jack Miller Center, not only as a university administrator whose campus has benefited from the support of the Jack Miller Center, but as a citizen of this nation, as the father of children who will one day have to take up the mantle of participation in our free institutions, and I hope in leadership of those institutions. It's the Jack Miller Center that is creating a generation of faculty who are well-trained and articulate in the fundamental principles of our nation and its founding and its free institutions. And from those faculty mentors will come the next generation of the leaders of this nation. For that, I am profoundly grateful.